Now, government says it will work closely with provinces and municipalities to manage the water crisis. The crippling drought across the country was today declared a national disaster.
The Western Cape remains the worst affected province.
Water is a scarce resource in South Africa. The Interministerial Task Team says the country is rated among the highest domestic consumers of the precious resource in the world. The Northern Cape, Eastern Cape and Western Cape are also severely affected. The country's cumulative dam levels stand on 63.4%.
Of the state of disaster at any level is not primarily aimed at requesting funding. It is aimed at activating extraordinary measures which may include funding based on the need and other relevant conditions to address the impact of such a disaster. The resources, both technical and financial, should be mobilized by all spheres of government and private sector, non-governmental organizations and communities to implement interventions, measures and consider recovery in the long term.
The declaration was gazetted today. Affected provinces will apply for funding from a 6 billion rand disaster management fund.
Other conditional grants can also be reprioritized in response to the drought in line with the applicable prescripts, unquote. I hereby wish to report that measures are being put in place to ensure that requests for funding are being considered as received from the provinces, and we will report progress on these in the next briefing. Right now they're being assessed, and so in due course we'll be able to make the announcements.
Job losses in the agricultural sector as a result of the drought are a major concern.
We know that the Western Cape has the hardest hit province. Hence, we have allocated funding so as to make sure that we can reduce the impact. I don't have the figures to say how many workers have been lost, but we know in the results that have been given now of our contribution to the GDP and to the economy, that some jobs have been lost.
The Western Cape government has welcomed the declaration. In Cape Town, harsh restrictions are in place and dam levels stand at an average of 25.5%. The province says it is in need of major water infrastructure projects.
We're looking at big infrastructure projects that need to come online immediately. You're looking at augmentation schemes in Brandfley, augmentation schemes in Clan William, which have been stalled for years now. And we're saying let those particular schemes receive urgent attention and funding be channeled towards that, because ultimately that will determine whether this declaration has been useful or not.
Government says it's working to develop an integrated water conservation model. It also wants to enhance weather forecasting capacity. Meanwhile, a call has been made to South Africans to continuously save water. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.